Despite it being past halfway into October as I make this, at least for me, it feels like the month has just begun. In hindsight, I maybe could have predicted that the new free-to-play entry from my favorite series would sweep me up like it did, although I assumed playing it at launch would help me get a leg up on its content, which it kind of did, but there was also a lot of it, and this was after playing a full console game from another series I loved that kept my September pretty full. So full, in fact, I only have one smaller thing to speak of, as I mostly spent the month enjoying those two great stories. While most of you are probably well into the month as you should be, I'm ready to get going with it by making this video, so without further ado, let's get into the JRPGs I played in September. If it wasn't obvious from my recent and very large video on it, I fell in love with Atelier Resleriana much more than I expected at the end of last month, and with its impressive amount of content, it's been what I've been consumed by until this video, and while everything in my YouTube life is late because of it, I've been having a lot of fun with it. I finished its first 3 chapters that took me a surprising console-like 40 hours, got the hang of its moving timeline, and spent a lot of time with Atelier characters I missed, and found myself constantly impressed by how well they fit into its new story and how much I loved its new characters too. It's been a feast for an Atelier fan like me, with their first story event happening right as we speak, so I'm glad it's becoming a staple in my smartphone games roster, so expect to be hearing about it in the smaller experience part of this series for the foreseeable future as long as I keep enjoying it. I'll let my review do the rest of the talking, as I said more than enough there, and right now that I finished the Salberg event, I'll be spending my time getting through its 4th chapter to do my best to keep up with this new game from my favorite series. Naturally, I'm still hoping that you'll all be able to try it too, as the charm of Resna and everyone else I think is well worth experiencing, and since it was my favorite thing I played last month, even above console releases, I feel safe in saying it's enjoyable and hope that Gus notices that Western fans have some interest in it too. The amount of time I spent with Resleriana made my time with Nayuta feel pretty far away, which I guess is understandable when I realized that I played Resleriana for pretty much double Nayuta's length. Still, I do remember having fun with Nayuta, running around and smashing things up with its active systems, being genuinely challenged by its bosses, and putting things in my museum after missions. Most importantly though, I remember really enjoying diving into another Trails story, this time with all of its lore self-contained within one Trails campaign. Once again, I have a review for that too, where I go more in depth on my thoughts overall and Nayuta's systems, and continuing from that, I did keep true to what I said and haven't continued past its ending yet, as I've been playing through other things, although many of you guys encouraged me to check its post-game story out sometimes, so I'll definitely keep it in mind, but I also have a lot of other Trails games to get to before that too. All in all, it was nice to play a Trails game of more of an achievable length in this spin-off world that let me feel like I could get the things I love from the series in one entry, all while experiencing a new JRPG story with all the depth this series gives. It reminds me that I want to fit more of the series into my playtime, and while I don't have a plan on how to do that just yet, Nayuta has me hoping I can to experience more of this rich Falcom series. Between Atelier Resleriana and The Legend of Nayuta, thinking that Resleriana wouldn't be that big, for a minute I thought I could somehow manage to review Blue Reflection Sun in September too, the other smartphone game I usually play. Unfortunately, this didn't happen, however the motivation did get me to finish its first chapter that has me feeling glad I'm making some progress in this game outside of auto-battling. I would still like to review this someday now, as playing Resleriana has actually given me a different perspective on it. After playing such a high-quality story in that and falling in love with characters like Resna, it kind of showed me how much I'm not feeling that in Blue Reflection Sun just yet. Even little things like the fact I'll always play a stage for the first time in Resleriana, whereas I shamelessly auto-battle almost everything in Sun, makes me realize I'm not that into the gameplay either, so while I have enjoyed collecting the units of characters I love like Uta from the anime recently, I think I need to check their events at some point to see if they move me or not, and to figure out if this game is really for me. I haven't fully decided where I stand with it yet, but I do think it's good to have something to compare it to for when I give my thoughts on it, as for a good while it was the only smartphone JRPG I played regularly, meaning I was happy to make it work. I'll keep you all updated on how that goes in future videos like this one, but for now, I'll keep it on my phone and still do autoplays, as it really is a harmless thing to have going next to me while I edit anyway. I do hope to find out one day if it should go, or if there's something in it that will really hook me, but no matter what, I still love this series, and and that will keep me curious to see what happens in this mobile entry too. Just looking at a calendar will tell you this video has been a long time coming, and with that, I'm only just planning what I'll play this month now, with some releases already missed and codes received that makes this pretty easy at least. I was interested in games like Japan's Rare Sekai and international releases like Silent Hope and Honkai Star Rail on PS5, but their release dates have come and gone at this point, and I have a game or two already sitting waiting for me, which includes the Caligula Effect 2 on PS5 that just came out recently. For Caligula 2, I'm curious to see if there's any difference at all on PS5, as its PS4 release really wasn't that long ago, and it wasn't born on the Vita like the first one, so I wonder how different it could be. I also adore the music for it, so I'm looking forward to returning to that world for a minute, before diving into another big thing I've been very excited for. The Crystar fan in me will be playing CRYMACHINA very soon, with its release date coming up on the 24th, so with everyone else also able to try its demo right now, I'm very excited to see what this game is about, and the gorgeous character designs have me particularly excited, as I'm curious to see what will be done with better hardware and more story to experience this time round. I've tried to keep as dark on it as possible, so I'm hoping I'll have some story surprises like Crystar did, so I look forward to talking about that after I've gotten to it, and wonder how many of you guys will play it too. In general, I'm very curious to see what everyone has or will end up playing this month, as so far there are a lot of good things out now as the JRPG year is creeping to a close. I hope you guys will look forward to hearing more about some console JRPGs from me soon, as I get ready to partake in another fun month of playing interesting JRPGs. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below what you played last month if you remember, and what you plan to play this month. You can like and share this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel for more JRPG content like this, and ring that bell to get notifications on whenever I post so you don't miss a thing. You check out more videos here, and you can find me on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at JRPG Jungle. Links to those will be in the description below, and until next time, thank you. Bye!